Hey, what's up guys? So I'm back with another style for the summertime series, and this one is number 5. The 2 products that I used for this style was some Eco and Black Castor and Flaxseed oil and some avocado and shea butter mix. Now this is a special occasion summertime style, and I say that because this style literally takes all day to do. It's not a 2-hour style that you can do and go. So if you have like a birthday coming up, or if you have a family reunion, or if you have a special date, or even if you're going to a cookout and most of the people at the cookout you're not going to know and you want to stand out, this is the style for that day. So I really hope you guys enjoy the style and enjoy the video, and I will see you guys a little later. Starting on old stretched hair, I'm going to start my first part close to the middle, but on my right. This part will curve around, and it's going to end right behind my ear. For my next part, I'm going to start this part right above my right ear, and this part is going to connect with that first part that I created. As I begin the third part of the style, this part and the next part will start at the same point. They also will curve around, and they're going to end and connect to that second part that I created. Basically exactly what I did in Summertime Series number 1 style. I'm starting at the same point, but most importantly, I'm making sure that each section is the same size. So for the last 3 parts that I created, I'm starting at the same point and I'm ending at the same point. So after all that, I'm left with 5 sections, 2 in the front and 3 in the back. But I'm going to break each section down into smaller sections, and I'm starting in the back. For the back, I created 10 parts that made 11 flat twists. Each part is about a 1/2 of an inch away from each other, and some will be slanted and some will be almost straight. The way I measure each section is I use the previous section that I created for my next part. And doing it that way really helps me a lot. I think that's the best way to try to get your sections to be the same size, is to use the previous section for your next section. As for the first few parts that I created, I'm starting the parting on the bottom. But once I get closer to the middle, I am going to start the parting on the top. I'm not going to be able to show you guys all of the sections broken down, because like I mentioned, this style did take a 9 to 5. But I will be showing you guys all of this first row and some of the second row and a little bit of the front row. So since I'm not going to be showing you guys the full parting for this style, I do want to point out a few important things that you should know about a style like this. The first thing that is important is something that I've already mentioned, is trying to get your sections to be the same size. The next thing is when you create a style like this, you want your sections and your parts to line up so that the style can come out looking neat and nice. So now that I'm on my second back section, I'm using the parts from the bottom to help me out. Let me show you what I mean. So right now I have some of the bottom section hanging out, but the last one closer to the left is the one I'm using to create this part that I'm doing right now. And once I'm done this part and the bottom part will connect. Now as for how the parts are going for this middle section, I'm doing some curvy and some slanted. And when I get to the front, all of those parts will be straight. And so after I was done all of the parting, I was left with 48 sections. 11 on the bottom row, 11 on the second row, 13 on the third row, 12 on the fourth row, and 1 in the front. As I prep for my second flat twist, since I've already did the first one off camera, first I'm going to pull out my wide tooth comb, and then I'm going to use my detangling brush. I did add a tiny bit of water to my hair, and then I added the avocado and shea butter mix, and then on top of that, the Eco. I'm doing all of the flat twists in this section going up, and they also will be facing towards my left. And if you already forgot, I did 11 in this row altogether. So I'm almost done the first row, and I'm going to move right to the second row. For the second row, I'm doing everything in the opposite way. So I'm flat twisting the second row going down, and they all will be facing towards my right. And I also did 11 in this row as well. Once I finish up, I'm going to head to the third row, and I'm going to do the third row exactly like I did the first row. So the first row, if you forgot, I did all of the flat twists going up, and they all was facing towards my left. So that means that this section is going to look exactly like that section. And then when I get to the fourth row, I'm doing the fourth row exactly like the second row. So I'm almost done the back, and here's how it looks. Now for my last section, I turned this section into 2-strand twists, so I did 5 finger parts that made 6 2-strand twists, and I used the same products in the same order. And once I'm done, I'm going to show you guys how it looks and then head to bed. It's the next day and I'm heading out, but first I'm going to show you guys one more time how it looks. First I'm going to start in the back, and I'm going to create a flat twist that's going to be facing towards the front. And once I get to the end of the flat twist and I get close to that first part that I created, I'm going to pin it down. And once I pin it down, I'm going to move on to that 3rd and 4th section. I'm going to create the same type of flat twist, but going in the opposite way. And once I get to that first part again that I created, I'm going to pin both flat twists down together. Now for the front and the hair from the flat twist, I'm going to do some unraveling and some separating. And then I'm going to look for anything that needs to be fixed. And once I'm done, I'm going to show you guys the final look. So I am back, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and the style. Right now I want to take the time out to answer a question from TMT Tucker. They want to know, have you done a style with just that curl pattern? And they're talking about the curl pattern from the style of the week number 10. I created 2-strand twists in the front, but they were hanging on the sides, and the pattern from that, no, I have not came up with a style for that curl pattern, but I have thought of a style for that curl pattern. The problem is, I think if I do a style with just that curl pattern, the next day the style is going to be flat. So you know I have, but I just haven't figured out a way to make it work. So So if you want to watch more, please do not click right here. I will have all of my information down below. My main channel, my previous video, where I get my music, and all of the products that I've used in the video. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Until then, goodbye.